Okay. This year I have figured out the way to do test study guide checking a little bit more like we actually do it in class. So this is what we are doing right now, is going over the test study guide, what you were supposed to do yesterday. Yesterday I told you to go ahead and start studying on the map part of the test, and then to do the chapter 11 people. So that's what we're going to check. First, we're going to look at the map. So I told you need to find Missouri. Missouri is easy to find if you remember where it is in relation to Kentucky. Hopefully you can find your home state. So there's Kentucky. Missouri is right beside it. It's the one that borders with us and has the funny little part of it hanging down there. So there's Missouri. Then you need to find the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River, of course, goes beside Kentucky, dumps down in Louisiana, so it goes all the way up this way. That's the Missouri River. I'm trying to see. Yeah, they have the number pointing to the Missouri River down here. Is where the number for the Missouri River is. Mississippi River, sorry. Have Missouri on the brain. Madison is right here. Lake Michigan, right here. Arkansas, right here. I'm sorry, helps if you can see it. Arkansas right here, which is right above Louisiana. North Dakota. North Dakota, I'll be the first one to admit it's hard to find. It's one of those square states, and all of them kind of look alike to me. But North Dakota is the one at the top because it's north. Missouri River branches off of the Mississippi River, and they have the number for it up here. Up in this area is where they have the number for the Missouri River. Indiana, one of the states, another one of the states that borders us, right up here. Between Ohio and Illinois. Right here's Indiana. I think I told you, yeah. And then Columbus, of course, is the capital of Ohio. So that is the map. All right, now as you all know, you got to be patient with me when I am trying to do things, do these test study guide, because I end up with 501 things out on my desk. And then to top it all off, I'm now typing. So the first one I had you do was James Cook. You cannot see a thing that I am typing. There we go. James Cook. Let me make this a little bit bigger too. I thought I had it on 14. Yeah, we decided to change to 12. There we go. James Cook. James Cook discovered the Hawaiian, one of those words I always have a hard time spelling. This is matching. Discovered the Hawaiian Islands in 1778. I'm not going to worry about putting the date on there. Then people one. The people one was Francis Asbury. So Francis Asbury trained young men to preach the gospel as they rode regular routes throughout New England. People two. Second person was James McGreedy. James McGreedy pioneered the camp, the camp meeting revival. Good thing about doing it this way is if I'm going too fast, you can pause me whenever you need to catch up. Charles G. Finney, Great Awakening dude. Let's figure out exactly what they put on the test about him. Feel quite certain it's not Second Great Awakening dude, but you know. Leading evangelist of the Second Great Awakening. People 6. Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott. I just saw that. You only have to know Elizabeth Stanton. She helped organize the first women's rights convention. That one is multiple choice. And so the question is, who helped organize the first women's rights convention? Elizabeth Stanton is your choice, is your answer there. 9, people 9. Catherine Ferguson or Katie Ferguson. She goes by both names. New York City's first Sunday school program was started by her. This one's a modified true false. People 10. Dorothea L. Dix. Improved the treatment of the mentally ill. 11. Phoebe Palmer. Just saw her. Founded New York City's first settlement house. 13. I told you Caesar McLemore is the only one that you need to know of that group of people. And Caesar McLemore served as a missionary to plantation workers. 14 is Richard Allen. He founded the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Scoot it up a little bit. 16. 16 is that guy. Kamehameha the first. And luckily, this is multiple choice. He is the Hawaiian ruler that united all the main islands. You will have to know he is the second. He is what number is he? He is the first. Because the choices are Liho, which is another person, another guy whose name begins with a K, that's wrong, that I'm even going to try to pronounce, and then you have Kamehameha, the first and the third. So don't let him trick you on that one. It is the first. 19. Adoniram Judson, A. Judson. Been around me a while. You should know this guy because he is on it shows up at least once a year in the Abeka curriculum. He is the father of American missions. What number are we on? 20. Lot Carey. Father father of Western African missions. 22. Matthew Perry opened Japan to trade. 24. Townsend Harris opened Japan to missionaries. Both of those guys are in the same set of matching, so you're just going to have to figure out how to keep it straight. That Townsend Harris opened Japan to missionaries, and Townsend Harris opened Japan to missionaries, and Matthew Perry opened Japan to trade. And we haven't got to this one yet, but the first Baptist missionary to Japan was Jonathan Goebel. So I know that can be a little bit tricky. You're just going to have to keep those three straight. That's actually the next one is 25. Jonathan Goebel, who was the first Baptist missionary to Japan. 26 is Ralph Waldo Emerson. He is the dude that developed Transcendentalism. Thankfully, you do not have to spell that. That's the question is blank developed Transcendentalism, and that's Ralph Waldo Emerson. We'll want all three names for that dude. And then 27 is Henry David Thoreau. He is not, well, I thought he was on the test. Henry David Thoreau, give me just a second. Henry David Thoreau wrote Walden. The actual question for that one is, what book did Henry David Thoreau write that recorded his experiences with nature? But I'm just going to shorten it to, he wrote Walden. So that's all that you had to do that was all your homework yesterday. I get very confused because I'm working in about 3 days at one time. Anyway, so that was your homework that I gave you yesterday that you should have had done by today. So you'll check those answers, and then by Monday, you will have finished all of the Chapter 11 questions. Then on Monday, we'll check the Chapter 11 questions together. The test will be closed book on December the 9th, which is Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. So closed book test will be Wednesday. So for Monday, finish the Chapter 11 questions, and we will check them Monday. See you then.